Hi guys, this is Night Fear, and I'm coming on today to do my TBR for Scooby-Doo-Athon. This is a readathon that is being hosted by Clint from Reed's Readers, me, Simone I, and also Novels. And this is being held from September 2nd to September 15th. And so I borrowed some of my kids' Scooby-Doo movies to kind of, remind you guys Scooby-Doo. And strangely enough, the ones I have are actually just Shaggy and Scooby, and I don't know why, but yeah. Except for this one. This one is actually ones from the TV episodes that I used to watch as a kid. So, yeah. But anyway, so I just thought I'd come on and share my TBR with you guys real quick. This is a real exciting readathon, and I hope you guys join in. I will be linking all three of the host channels down below. Or not their channels, but their announcement videos. So that way you can check them out and hopefully subscribe to all of them. Alright, let's get started. So the first one is Scooby-Doo. And for this one, the challenge is a book starting with R. But then I thought that it was starting with R, but I think it's a book with, R in the title somewhere. But mine is starting with R, and I picked The Reader by Tracy Chee. And this is book 1 of Sea of Ink and Gold. And this is a book about books that are non-existent, and this girl finds a book, and it kind of her adventures after that. It's a little bit of a thick book, but I've seen it several times, because as you can see, this, as you're looking in the library, you see, I did, and I looked at it and it's like, oh, pretty cover, and so it sounded interesting. So I've been actually wanting to read it for a while. So I thought, well, it starts with R, so we'll go ahead and try it out and see what I think. Alright, so the next one is Shaggy, a book in your best friend's genre. Now, I don't have any best friends that really read, so I'm going to, Clint and I, from Reed's Readers, his name is Clint, and he and I, we chat a little bit, and I consider him a friend, so I decided to go with one of his genres. Now, he reads a lot of witchy reads, but he also likes to try to read thrillers and mysteries. I don't like mysteries, so I went ahead and picked a thriller-y book. And it might have a little bit of mystery in it, too. I don't know. Those genres, they kind of come together. And yeah, it is kind of a mystery as I'm reading the premise. But I'm trying to read through all of Anya Alborn's books. So this is The Devil Crept In. I've read 3 of her books so far. Really, really enjoyed 2. One of them, it was okay. But this one, let me just, it's about, is it a boy? It's Jude. I'm assuming it's a boy. Has gone missing in Oregon. The locals are trying to find him. And then his best friend tries to, I guess, help. And there are stories from years ago where another boy has gone missing. So, yeah, I guess it is kind of a thrillery mystery. So, yeah. So I thought this would be perfect. Like, it's an excuse for me to read her, and it's, a thriller/mystery. So, yeah. Okay, so we have Velma, and that is a book with a genius protagonist. Now, I am currently reading Legend, and I will have it finished because I have to read it for one of my Newts classes. And so I'm reading Legend now, and so the second book is Prodigy by Marie Lu, and both of the characters, well, especially the girl, is a genius, but I'm kind of consider both geniuses in their own way. And it's called Prodigy, so I thought this would be great for that prompt. And Legend is about future United States is kind of severed, and there's two different sides, and we're focusing on the one side, and it is called, hold on a second, the Republic, and they're fighting against the colony. So we are on kind of following the Republic side, a girl who is studying to be one of their soldiers, I guess, and so they're, I don't know, a lot of politics, a lot of stuff like that, and so there's a boy on the other side. Even though he lives in the Republic, he's kind of fighting against the Republic, and yeah, so this continues Legend. So, okay. You'll see there's a lot of different kinds of books on this TBR, because if you know me, guys know me, I don't ever really read a lot of the same, unless if it's like you have to, and then even then I kind of get out of it, because I'll read like a fantasy, I'll stick a fantasy in there or something like that. So be prepared for a lot of different kinds of books to show up. So okay, so that was Velma. So the next one is Fred, a book with white and blue on the cover. And for this one, I chose When We Were Lost by Kevin Wignall. And as you can see, it's got blue and white. And this is about a... Oh, and I didn't realize this is a James Patterson Presents book. Interesting. And it says, a plane carrying a high school class crashes in the jungle. Who lives? Who dies? Who becomes a killer? So yeah, this one sounded interesting. So it's like a survival type book. And it's kind of big, but it works. And it's blue and white. So I thought, why not? All right. So the next one is Daphne, a cover by book. This is actually, so far, actually all of them are library books, except for this one. And I actually own this one. And this one is A Shadow Bright and Burning by Jessica Clues. And as you can see, this is a stunningly beautiful cover. It's like this flower, this rose is on fire. And yeah, and this is about a girl who's the first female sorceress. And you know, one of those royalty taking over and trying to use the powers of another person, and then it kind of goes from there. I don't really want to know a lot about this, but I have seen it mentioned here and there on BookTube, and when I found it at Ollie's, I decided I'd buy it, and I only paid $1.99 for it, and I have the second one because I actually bought the second one first, and that one's a Poison, Dark, and Drowning, and that one's got a beautiful cover too. But of course I have to read this one before I can read that one. So, but yeah, so that's definitely a beautiful cover. Okay, and the next one is Scrappy-Doo, a book under 200 pages. Now this one I'm going to be buddy reading with Clint from Reed's Readers, and technically this one is actually a little over 200, but we had already decided to buddy read this one, and he said he was picking this, and since he's a host, I'm going to pick it with him, and that is Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. And actually I've never read this one. Surprisingly enough, I have seen the movie but don't really remember it very well. So I decided it was okay, and like I said, it's like 213 pages, so it's just a little bit over 200. So we're kind of cheating on this one a little bit, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. But yeah, and this is, I think, written in diary form, and it's just basically about his life, and how he deals with his life, and, you know, what the perks are of being a wallflower. So, and this is definitely the green cover. He has, the cover he showed is actually a different cover, so we're actually reading different covers. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people with this one, with the bright greeny neon yellowy highlighter yellow. That's what you call it. Okay, so then the last actual prompt is Mystery Machine. Read the Greek book, which they picked as the Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero. This I'm reading on my Kindle, and this is the cover that is on the Kindle from my library. Isn't that cool? And it's about a group of meddling kids. It's not Scooby-Doo, but I've heard it's kind of creepy and sort of Scooby-Doo-ish. So that was, I think this is an awesome pick for this readathon. But I love the cover, and actually I heard about this book and I've been wanting to read it for a while, so I'm glad I didn't read it yet, so that way I could read it for this readathon. So, but those are all the books, and if you end up, the bonus, if you end up reading 7 books, so 1 book for each of the challenges, you get a Scooby snack, which is to treat yourself. And I decided that for this one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in one of our Scooby-Doo movies, and I'm going to sit down with my little ones, and I'm going to watch a Scooby-Doo movie with them. Well, if I can get Christopher to sit down that long. So we'll see. But I thought that would be kind of cool, because I remember sitting as a kid and watching Scooby-Doo on Saturdays, because we used to have cartoons on Saturdays. And that was our thing. But I'm old as dirt, and so, yeah. But anyway, guys, this is my TBR for Scooby-Doo-A-thon. I hope you guys join in. This is so much fun. And you do have, like I said, from the 2nd until the 15th. So you have 2 weeks to read 7 books. So, I mean, I think that's doable. Well, it's doable for me. But even if you only read a couple, you know, come and join in and remember Scooby-Doo. Or, you know, even if you get a couple, maybe just pick your favorite characters and read a book or 2 from that. So, anyway, I will be linking, like I said, the 3 hosts down below. Please remember to always be kind to one another. And I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!